Binksy. Here, he's not gonna stay long. He's feisty, this one. Look how big he's got. He's a sweet kitty, but it's crazy. Biting me. Be nice. Okay, he's still not getting along with the dogs great, so he kind of hates being downstairs. But what can you do? So, I'm back. I'm officially back, like as in not traveling again for a while. Well, I say that, but in October, I'm going to Phoenix again. Just me this time though, because my best friend, you guys are so wobbly, I'm so sorry. My best friend is having her baby, and like soon, sooner than we expected. He's not technically due until like the very last couple days of September, but he was going to be coming a week, 2 weeks early anyway, because he because my best friend has a blood disorder, thalassemia, which it can be like threatening for her to deliver naturally or to have an emergency unplanned C-section. So it has to be very, very planned and thought out. She goes under spinal instead of just like an epidural, and she has to have like everything cauterized as they're cutting, because just being pregnant causes her iron to dip like into low unhealthy levels. She almost died with her youngest child as of right now, like not the one who her 8-year-old 9-year-old. So everything has to be very planned, and so it's scary for her to have a baby. When she almost died with her other son, I mean, we were really scared. And that was part of the reason that she had decided she was done. And like, you guys want to know all this about my best friend. But anyway, so I'm scared because I talked to her this weekend, and please don't step on my grass. And she said that the doctor took her out of work and told her definitely no work. She needs to lay low. She's been having contractions, which, like I said, is really bad, because if she were to have a natural labor, she could die, because she could just hemorrhage and bleed out and or she could like bleed so much that she needs a blood transfusion, and those make her really sick. I don't know if they make other people really sick, but they make her really sick. So I'm just a little nervous because he may be coming way sooner than anticipated. So just like praying that he is okay and healthy, and that Michelle has an easy recovery, because she will be having, like I said, a planned, well thought out C-section. So there is the he is a terrorist, legit. Go away. No, go. You have water in your bowl. He wants to drink out of my glass. And then I can't drink out of it. Anyway, so she's, you know, going to be going home with a newborn, and so I want her recovery to be easy. And so yeah, I have that on my mind. My trip was fantastic. Well, so my trip was hard because my kids and I have now officially done like 3,200 miles in the car from when we left for Phoenix on July 14th, and then all the trips back and then back and then back home. So we're tired. We've been spending a lot of time at home. I joke with a lot of people that like this first week, the first couple weeks home, we were gonna be just pantsless, because that's how we like to roll. I'm wearing pants right now, and but we needed, like the three of us needed some time to decompress. We had fun. We were sad to leave Cora with her mommy. Even though the kids were all like at that point where they needed some like normalcy in their lives. It had been a crazy month and a half for all of them. But we were sad to leave her because we love her so much. She definitely convinced me that I don't want any more kids. I'm good. At least right now. Maybe in the future, Ricky and I might consider like adoption or fostering. Because we do, like, if we had been younger, we probably would have had a bunch more kids. But because we were so old when we started, and don't take offense. I'm just saying, like, we felt old. We've been together for a long time. So when we finally had our kids, people were like relieved because they thought we weren't gonna have any kids. But yeah, I think I'm a little too old for three preschoolers. Yeah, so in between talking to you guys and when we left, I got no stitching done. I was trying to pack and get everything here cleaned up and set up so that it would be easy for us to come home. Not so much for Ricky because he doesn't really like, he eats his things and he cleans up after himself, and so he doesn't make a mess when I'm gone. But it's nice if we clean up before we go so that when the boys and I come home, everything is nice. They trashed it immediately, but yeah. And then so no stitching, got some cleanup done. I had my sister-in-law's wedding. I was assigned with making the toppers. This is gonna drive me insane, but I'm hot. I was assigned with making the toppers for the centerpieces. Well, because that's who I am, I waited until the very last moment to make those. So I was working on those the last day, and I still had a ton of work to do once I got to Arizona, but c'est la vie, right? And I'm so hot, guys. I don't even know what the temperature is, but like I'm considering running around closing all the windows. And I have a friend who's moving back to Colorado, and well, I hope. And so we're just trying to figure out like how to make that work for her. Anyway, so then we went on our long road trip. We left a little later. My sister-in-law and I left with the kids a little later than we normally would. Normally we get up at 5 a.m. and we drive, but that makes for a super long day. And then when the kids get home, they're too wound up to go to sleep, which ended up being a problem still once we got to Phoenix. But they're too wound up to sleep, and so then they're up a little extra later, and they are kind of crazy. Hi, Mommy. Hi, buddy. Don't come over here. You're not dressed. What do you need?
Let me get dressed.
No, you can't. You can't be in the video.
Let me going.
Nowhere. We're not going anywhere. Not till later.
Okay.
Okay. Go upstairs with brother. I love you.
Okay.
He's the one who convinced me to get the cat. Anyway, so we left later and let them kind of like, I was gonna put on a Superman costume. We let them play here, and we had breakfast, and then we left, I don't know, 10 o'clock our time. Hi, baby. What's that? Thank you. You're not dressed. You can't come on the camera. You can say hi. Scream hi.
Hi.
Okay, go upstairs and watch your show. So we're in the middle of setting up their playroom upstairs, and here's a fly. We put it in a TV. It's not doing anything. They're still down here bothering me. And by bothering me, I mean like they need to eat. and like they have needs. I'm just a very selfish mom. Just kidding. I love them. And it worked out a little bit better. I think they all fell asleep with about 4.5 hours left in our trip, which I thought would be perfect, and that they'd be so asleep that we would have to only transfer them and it would be okay. No. They all woke up just outside of Phoenix. It was possibly, well, with Cooper, it was because he had to use the restroom. And the other two, it was because Cooper was screaming hysterically about having to use the restroom. So that was fun. We saw some of the wild horses that live in the desert out there, like up against the highway at night. I think they were like looking for road food. It was fun. We also saw some random people out in the desert at night when it was very hot, just walking around. Only one of them had a flashlight, and they were not near each other, so I was convinced it was zombies. My sister-in-law was not as convinced, but it's okay. So getting them to bed that night was almost, I almost gave up, because they had slept just enough that they were like, yeah, party, but just not enough that because they didn't sleep enough, they were hysterical and couldn't listen to like any rational thought. So that was hard. They had a heat wave in Phoenix that week, and that made me a very unhappy person. I did not see hardly anyone because I was doing family stuff. We had the bridal shower, and then on Monday night, and then there was just like a lot of talk and family prep, and my sister-in-law had to work, and so the kids and I were at her house. She was working crazy hours, so we're pausing. So after a long car ride, the three of them were not about to like get in the car and drive around town with me, because it doesn't, like McKenna will tell you, it does not matter how cold the air conditioner is in your car. If it's 112 degrees outside, you're still hot. It wasn't as humid this trip, so that was nice. Because I mean, I do prefer dry heat over being able to see the air or feel it. But it was hot, and I wasn't in the mood to go out. No one was in the mood to go out. This, of course, caused problems with my family, my mom and sisters. And I've said before that, like, I have a very weird relationship with my mom. I wish I had a better relationship with my mom. I don't have a good relationship with my mom. We did not have a typical mother or daughter bond. And because of that, and the fact that she was remarried and had another baby by the time I was like 3.5. And then my dad passed away when I was 5, and they did not have from what she says, because you know, there's two sides to every story, and then there's the truth. So according to what she says, he was horrible and they had a horrible relationship, but like what I remember of my dad, that's not the case. So I'm fidgety now. They were pissed at me because I was there for the week and I did not spend every waking moment with them. Well, the problem was that my mom did not take to my niece the trip in July when I was there. And I had my niece all week. So I did not have an opportunity to not have her and still be able to see my mom. And my sister was really mad about that. And she was like, well, that's not your problem. And I'm like, but it is actually my problem because I did agree to watch her. Like, I don't understand why this is so hard for you to understand. Anyway, so my mom's not speaking to me now. She waited like a week after I got home. I'm gonna just shave all my hair off just so everyone knows I'm just gonna shave it all off. I'm done. You got to see angry Andrea. Monster mommy. Anyway. That's what Ricky calls me in the morning. Anyway. So, this last trip I ended kind of like on a bad note with my own family. But Ricky's family, we had a fantastic wedding. We had a fantastic week. To all the people who have wished my mother-in-law well and said prayers and, you know, said nice things. Thank you. I don't have any words to like properly describe how I'm feeling. It is so hard. I got to spend it, I'm going to say this. It was hard. She is sick. She's very sick. She's being strong like she does. She is putting on a brave face and she is fighting through what she can fight through. The drugs she's on right now is working as well as they can expect it to work. It is a chemo pill. It is a lifelong chemo pill. She will take it until it stops working. And at that point, it's probably going to be because the cancer has spread to her bones and her brain. So that's like always on your mind when you're spending time with her. Like first, she's out of breath after doing the smallest thing, sometimes just having a conversation. She can't walk long distances. She can't move things around and lift things the way that she wants to. And like, this is not a problem for the rest of us, but this is a problem for her. She's still going to do these things until her body like actually physically won't let her do them. And so it's hard because you want to like do them for her and help her. But she's, and I talked to Michelle, Bendy Stitchy about this. And it makes sense what she said. She's doing what she can to control. She's controlling what she can control right now. So just trying to like be okay with that and like enjoy every moment with her. The boys and I and Cora, we went to her house one day before the whole family had arrived. Well, my sister-in-law was still working, and we were with her the entire day. Her and I baked and made, we baked brownies. When I say we baked, I mean, I mixed the stuff together, and then her and I ate the batter out of the pans, and then I baked them. We threw some stuff for baked beans in a pan, and we crafted all day, and it was amazing because it was quiet. And it felt like nothing had changed. So, yeah. I get angry at this commercial that I see on TV. It's for a pill similar to the one she's on. And it's this woman, and she gets out of bed, and she's happy, and she goes downstairs and she's dressed and she's living with metastatic breast cancer. And, you know, she's walking her dog and running and laughing with her husband in the rain or whatever. And that is not what my mother-in-law living with metastatic breast cancer looks like. So I'm cycling through a lot of emotions, especially since I've been back, just like talking to my husband about like how long she's been there for me. And that's the thing with that's like one of the things that my mom gets mad about, is that my mom has not been there for me for a long time, but April has always been. Even when there has been other strains on Ricky's relationship with his parents or his sisters, or they've had their own strains, she's always been there for me. So I'm like working through the stuff. I've talked to, like I said, I talked to Bendy Stitchy. I've talked to Tracy about it. I've talked to my friends here about it. Everyone is super supportive here. And they get it, like they get why I'm so sad. So, it's 22 minutes in and I've hardly talked about anything and no cross-stitch stuff. So anyway, my sister-in-law's wedding went off without a hitch. It was a lot of work. It was really hot. There was a lot of like, it takes a village parenting happening because as a Reed girl, I have been trained well over the last 14 years how to host a party for this family. And they did it for my wedding, and so it was my job, my duty, you know, I felt like I had to do it for her wedding, and I'm so glad I did because I feel closer to her, to my little sister-in-law. She's younger than me by like 6 months. I feel super close to my older sister-in-law, which we always have been, but like I truly feel like her and I have reached like next level friendship where like it's not just my sister-in-law, she's one of my best friends now. My father-in-law, I think he likes me more than my husband right now, so so anyway, yeah, she's married and it was so cute and it was a pirate theme. And when I say pirate theme, I mean we dressed up like pirates. I would insert a photo, but I didn't take any pictures. None of myself, none of my kids. I was literally setting up food tables, setting up food, making sure my sister-in-law had everything she needed during the reception, taking care of my mother-in-law as best as I could. Ricky flew in that day, just a few hours before the wedding, and when he got in, I was like, buckle up, babe. These kids are yours. All 3 of them are yours until this wedding is over because Tanya and I have stuff to do. And we did. We got it done. And she's married. And, Yvonne, the cake, it was delicious. Whoever baked it, it was delicious. It was strawberry. It had like real strawberries in it, like baked into the cake. But it wasn't wedding cake. And it was so hot. I hardly ate anything. The food was delicious. It was a kind of like a family potluck style. So like food was coming in from everywhere, and I was sort of in charge of setting everything up and making sure that like it flowed okay so everybody could eat. And I mean, we got through it fast, and I never had more than like 7 people getting food at a time because, I mean, my other sister-in-law, my older sister-in-law, she was in charge of letting people in. So, trays were never empty. And so I wasn't very hungry. So when I got my cake, I was super excited because I was like, oh, I'll eat cake. It was delicious, and I ate what I could, but I mean, there's something really great about that traditional white wedding cake recipe. Oh my God. Okay, so then we drove home the next day. We left later than we wanted to. We got in. My husband was barely awake. I was barely awake. We threw the kids in their beds, and voila, we've been home since the night before Labor Day. Ricky had to work the next day, so that sucked, but he only had to work 4 hours. And other than that, the kids and I have been vegging. We've done little to nothing. Last Wednesday, they started their official year for Christ Kids, which is their religious education through the church that we are going to now, which is the same church we've been going to. And other than that, I'm trying to think anything else I've done. Yesterday was Sunday. We went to church. I scheduled my boys' baptism, which is super exciting. So now I'm obsessed about their outfits, and I will show you guys as soon as I get everything set up. Yeah, so when I say I've been doing nothing, I also mean I've barely been stitching. It's not for lack of want, it's for lack of energy. I came home, and I'm trying to think what was on the news. What was the news? DACA. There's the news. So there was constant TV watching obsession when that was happening, and then of course Hurricane Irma, and all the stress for all of the stitchers, floss tubers, friends, family, loved ones in Florida. It has been very stressful. and trying not to bug the shit out of like Tracy and Britta, my cousin or Ricky's cousin who passed away earlier this year. Her family's in Florida. What? Hi. Thank you. Okay, go upstairs. Where did you get that from? Klutz-a-rama. You okay? Go. No, you can't get. You're not wearing any clothes. You have to stay out. Okay, good.
Where's my clothes?
You're not gonna get on the camera no matter what, even if you had clothes on. Sorry, kiddo. Okay, go upstairs. Okay. It's just been lack of energy. I'm not sleeping well. The boys aren't sleeping well. Just getting back into like the normal routine. Like we have plans. I have plans today, tomorrow. The boys have plans Wednesday. We have 2 things tomorrow actually. So it's just gonna be crazy, busy. It's like the school year starting. They're not in school, but it's still the beginning of a new year for us. So that being said, when I got home, I had some really amazing things that I had received in the mail. It's, oh my gosh, there's cat hair all over my project now. I'm gonna murder him. Anyway, so I got great surprises. People know me. Hi, buddy. Okay. People know me like real well. So well that I'm just surprised. Because I feel like I've been like out of the loop this summer because I've just been so go, 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 go. I don't respond to messages as fast as I should. I don't respond to emails as fast as I should. I don't respond to anything as fast as I should. I wasn't reaching out to people as much as I should have been. It was that summer, you know, like sometimes we all have seasons in life where we're super out of touch, and once you come out of it, you're like, oh man, I suck. But receiving these things made me feel like, okay, you know, I need to get my priorities back in check, and it's time to get back to all my activism work and making sure I stay connected with the people that I love and care about and that are my friends, and that includes people that I've met through here that are great friends. So anyway, so first thing I wanted to say is that I got this sweet note from Bless Stitcher, and I'm not going to share what she wrote because it's my business. But Heather, I just want you to know that this made me super happy. I am not caught up on anybody on Flosstube, but I had some time one day, like right before I left, and I saw that she had posted a video, and I watched it, and because it was a short one, and I thought, okay, I just want to watch some of these in my queue, right? So I watched hers, and that's when I was like, yeah, I'm totally out of touch. Like, I have no idea what's going on. And I sent her a message, or I left a comment or something, just to let her know that, like, I know I suck, but like, I'm thinking about you and praying for you. And it's so nice to get, I love to get mail. So that was so sweet. And then this next thing I got is from my friend, loved one, Tammy. It was sent from Friendship Crossing. So Tammy, at first I was like, how is that even possible? And then I was like, oh. Sure. So I was super confused. At first I was like, oh, it must be Tammy. But then I was like, it can't be Tammy because she lives in, what? Yes, I can.
Thank you. Yeah.
But she had messaged me, so I knew it was her. So I was like, okay, so it's definitely her. Anyway, this is perfect. This is perfect, right? It's been crazy in this country this summer. It's been hard. It's been hard to balance 3 kids and a husband and just life, as well as continuing my journey into activism and fighting for equality and liberty and all that stuff. So this is going to be getting started really soon, but I want to get the Gentle Arcs Weeks and Classic Colorworks done. But it's Libby. The embellishments are included, and it says, I lift my lamp. And it's the, she's holding the Liberty Flame. Thanks, Tammy. This will be a good one as we're working towards next year and primaries and stuff, so midterm elections. So then, my beautiful Jeanette in Canada, she messaged me, because they both messaged me and they were like, hey, you should be getting something. Have you gotten it yet? And I was like, oh, you know, we suck, we haven't checked the mail. So I went and checked the mail. And Jeanette, she said she just saw these and she knew they were for me. I'm using this one already. I took it off the project that it's on. But it's been moving with me because I love it so much. Keep calm and put your bitch face on. Scarlet, how good was Scarlet at that, right? This little pretty, this is going on this. Hello. Bitchcraft, the art of pissing people off while smiling sweetly. I do that well. And people are going to judge you anyway, so forget about everyone and be yourself. That's hard sometimes, but like, it's a great reminder that I have all these friends, women friends especially, who are so supportive of the activism work that I'm doing, and showing me that I'm not alone. It's hard. I live in a very conservative city. I am surrounded by friends that are conservative, both here and in Arizona. So it starts to get like I always say I'm like a liberal on an island surrounded by a conservative sea, and there's like unstraighted. So when you guys like cheer me on, or you message me and you say like, good job, you do a good job, keep going, or you comment on my posts with things that are supportive, it like strengthens my soul. So now, since we're 37 minutes in, I don't think I'd showed this yet. This was my July 2017 cross stitch UTC that came through the Instagram group. So cute, right? This was made for me by @LinkIsMyHomeboy. And I think I made hers, the June one, the dogs, or man's best friend or something. I sent to her, so then she sent to me, so that was fun. I have also received my August one, which is Disney Fever, but it's in this thing that's under you. So I'm very sorry. I can't show you right now, but I'll insert a photo of it here. And then now I'll insert, actually I lied, I'm not going to insert anything right now. I want to wait until I get them. So my cross stitch ATC for August, I sent it, and then when I got home from Phoenix, I sent it like the middle of August. When I got home from Phoenix, it had come back to me, and there's no postmark or anything on it. Like, it's not been scanned through the system. I don't know what happened. I have like a million things to mail anyway. I have some Stitchy Kindness to go out. I have to get my giveaway winners in the mail. I have stuff I have to send to a friend. I donated some decals for a retreat that they're having in October, and you get those in the mail. I mean, so I have a shit ton of stuff to take to the post office anyway, so I'm going to figure out what the hell has happened with that one, because I put 3 forever stamps on it and it still came back. Anyway, so, and then my September one is done and ready to go out. That's also going overseas. So, I don't know. Okay, haul. I have very little. I got 3 patterns since I've seen you last. They're all digital. Little American sampler. She was donating all the proceeds from it to Harvey Disaster Relief. I think she said she was going to tell us which one she was donating to, and I really don't need to know. I just thought, you know, any money that could go towards Harvey, definitely. And if anybody hears of anybody who's doing a pattern from to donate to Irma, let me know. I want to grab it. And then I also will do my own donations outside of that. I think that it's important for us to remember that we're all in it together, and even if you can only spare a little bit, anything you can spare, if we all just spared $1 or $5, think about how much money that is to go towards the people who are suffering right now. So yeah, if anybody knows anybody who's doing a pattern for Irma relief, let me know so I can grab it. I also grabbed this one. It's the Golden Girls Cross Stitch by Tiny Modernist. Oh shoot, I didn't bring that. I started it. I didn't bring it down here. I'll show you next time. Maybe I'll show you when it's done, because they take one evening. So there's that. And then the last one is, and these are all cheapies. So I didn't like blow my budget for Stitch from Stash, which I like. I love digital patterns. I love when people offer digital patterns. I like having a paper copy too, but I like an actual chart. But I do love digital patterns too, because if I only ever bought physical charts, I'd have to get a new house. And then this last one is, I'm sure you've seen it. It's the Plague Doctor mask, or it's not the mask. It's a artist rendering of a plague doctor. If you don't know about a plague doctor, during the Black Plague, the doctors did not want to get sick, obviously. So they invented this mask that it looked like gas mask, but it had a large beak, because they believed that the beak helped to stop the bacteria from getting up into their noses. Now they're flawed. Some flawed theory about that. but they look like these evil penguin. Like, if they were gonna bring Penguin back for Batman at some point, this would be great. Like, this costume design, I think would be very smart. So there is the artist rendering. This is from Busby Designs on Etsy. And this is the chart rendering. No one has been able to find a picture of this stitched up, but there is a sale online. It's like well, let's see what it is. It's on Facebook. McKenna started it, and it is Plague Doctor SAL. And people are working on it, and I don't think it looks terribly pixelated. I was going to do it on a piece of 32 count linen, but then it seems like it might be better on Ada. And I didn't have a piece I wanted to use for it on linen, so I was going to dye something. And I was getting it ready to bring it down here and like baste and bake. And then I thought, you know what, wait, I have that piece of 18 count Ada. I dyed it a long time ago. It didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to turn out for what I was going to use it for. But I think it's going to work for Plague Doctor. So, and I mean, I have a huge piece. So I think I'm going to start it. And I think I'm definitely not doing the ring around it. What do you think? What do you guys think? It'll be cool in here, right? Kind of creepy. I probably will not. I mean, when he's done, he probably will definitely get framed. I don't know that I'll keep him up year round, because I mean, we're not like spooky, ghouly year round sort of people. Okay. Macabre, that's what it is. I'm like, I know there's a different word that people use for that. Okay, so what have I worked on since I saw you last? I worked on 3 things. The first one, oh wait, 4 things, I forgot. And look guys, she's hanging out, Rose, she's hanging out with, she's so petite, with my Snow White needle minder that Lolly sent me. I changed her clothes, her hair colors, her legs, her shoes. So really that pattern was just like a jumping off point for me. But anyway, so yeah, there's that. I just did that one night. Tracy and I were having like I think we were both just kind of like down in the dumps, and I was like, hey, we need to stitch Golden Girls. I also worked on pantaloons. This is the one I took to Phoenix with me. I did work on it one day while I was there, and I didn't finish the corset. Maybe I worked on this. Yeah, I was working on this. I don't know when you saw it last, but I was working on it one night when I was listening to Ready Player One, which expired, and I'm back on the wait list. Anyway, so last time you saw it, I only had the words, part of the line, and the arrow. Since then, I've added the corset. These are the actual pantaloons, these birds, the rest of the line, started the word drawers, finished no man can the bastions of. So, and it says, no man can storm the bastions of these walls. So I just need to finish storm and these walls on the words. And so see, it's not that big a piece, so I'm still gonna have like a lot of this fabric left. But look at how, oh god, I love it on this fabric, right? At first I thought it needed to be on something a little bit more prim, but no, I'm glad I put it on here. And this is Iris by Under the Sea Fabrics. It's still on Q Snaps, and look who's there. Still in the Q snaps because I haven't decided if I'm done working on it. It's so fun to work on, and so this might be one of the ones that I just like keep on the Q snaps and power through it. I need more Q snaps. I need to make that a priority, like ordering a couple more sets so I can have like 4 things on Q snaps at all time. Okay, the next thing I worked on, I said I was going to start this last time we spoke, and I did, not until I came home. This was from the Xstitch Magazine. I linked it in my last video in one of the comments, so I will link it again in this video in the description box, along with the Etsy shops I got those other patterns from, and I think that's it. So it's this pattern by Otterly and Xstitches. And I started it. I'm not using a single recommended color so far. I decided that this pattern was going to be one of the ones I started using some of my floss that just sitting around. So far this has most sale in the top right here, in the S. So the whole top word is going to be, I'm not saying it because I actually hate that word. I hate any word for female genitalia that is not vagina. I think it's stupid to call it anything else. I especially hate when people give it cutesy names, because I think, whatever, I don't have daughters. I just personally don't like it. I only like to use anatomical words, and including for my children. So, but I think it's apt in this pattern, obviously. And then in the cat, in her fur, this is a floss by Joddery Designs. And that pack that I had gotten from Joddery Designs that I was going to do Coffee Quaker with, I decided that it was time to just start cannibalizing it and using it for other stuff. So also his eyes are, her eyes are a Joddery Design. That one is Emerald Forest. The fabric is Bridget by Under the Sea Fabrics. This was what I got from that grab bag sale. And I thought, and I think I'll still even have like a little bit down here. And I may do like cross stitch UTCs on that. I had to message Sarah Shears the other day because I'm in the new cross stitch UTC group too. And I love doing them. They're quick and they're fun, and I'm having fun like finishing them up. So I was like, I'm gonna do that one too. But the theme this month, I was really stuck. I was like, I don't know. So I messaged Sarah Shears and I talked to myself through it. But yeah. Was that the whole point? I think so. We went to bed early and I'm still tired. I think I might have like a vitamin D problem because I was in the house in Phoenix so much, and then we have been getting a lot of the smoke from the fires around the country. Here in Colorado Springs, well, all across Colorado, but I mean, I live here in Colorado Springs, so it affects me a little bit more since I live here. Anyway, so we have this crazy thing that happens weather-wise because of the mountains, and I think they call it inversion or something, where like the air comes like swooping down into where we live and then it gets stuck. I think they call it inversion. Anyway, so this happens a lot when there are fires like west of us. The smoke ends up coming here to Colorado, and the inversion thing happens, especially here in Colorado Springs that I know of, and I can't go outside. I have to use an inhaler. I get itchy face, I get like watery eyes, and I mean, the itchy face and watery eyes is not uncommon for like everyone who lives here, but like then my asthma acts up and my throat gets really dry, and like the two things together are a recipe for disaster. Like Ricky thought he was gonna have to call 911 in Sam's Club the other day because I was like choking. So I haven't been going outside much, so I swear it sounds like scatterbrained right now. So I think I'm vitamin D deficient, or like not deficient yet, but like I need to get out there and like get some vitamin D. Anyway, so the only other thing I've worked on since I saw you guys last is a project I'm eager to finish. This is one of the Prairie School balls. Double. It's a popular one. You see people start it and finish it. I started it a long time ago, and a bunch of people have started it since I started it and finished it. So, excuse me. I'm working on this. My goal and intention is to work on it until it's finished. There's not that much left, honestly. Oh, it's not a copyright issue, right? Drew, can you explain that to me? Oh, and Drew, by the way, I love you. Those pictures from New York. Oh, you're my spirit animal this week. I have a new one like every week. But this week, you're probably going to get to be my spirit animal for a couple weeks because that was amazing. Thank you. It made me happy. Anyway, so this is on Dreamsicle Lugana from Under the Sea Fabrics. And I didn't know what I was going to use this fabric for. And don't these sweet little evil witches look beautiful on it. So I'm going to work on this, like I said, till it's done. And hopefully that'll be in the next couple days. And I'll get to knock another one off my list. Because I both have startitis. Oh, they're fighting. I have both startitis and want to finish it all itis. I don't know what we call that. FOitis, whatever. I really want to finish this. I'm always worried that's gonna be fingers. Anyway, so I want to finish some things so I can start some other things. But you only live once, and life is hard. Sometimes you get cancer, and they tell you you're cured, and then a few months later you are dying. So I'm not going to stop myself from starting something anymore. So that's it, friends. I made it under an hour, which is I'm proud of myself for. I basically just blabbered for half an hour, so you guys got like 20 minutes of cross stitch. Hopefully that's enough. Hopefully I'll be back next week with a whole bunch of progress. Like I said, I did not finish Ready Player One, so I'm back on the wait list for that. I started The Last Tutor by Philippa Gregory yesterday. I intend to finish that one before it expires. And so that's what I'm reading right now, or listening to at least. I did watch the Outlander premiere, so if you want to chat about that, message me. People may not have watched it, and then they'll get mad. Anyway, so lots of love. I hope everyone is well, and I will see you later.